What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the downfall is starting with WWE, as John Cena picked his final opponent, AEW erasing Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, WWE stars win titles, a former WWE star retires, a WWE referee shares tragic news, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Now, first story looks like the downfall is already starting with WWE. Now, our top story today takes a look at WWE's attendance worries and how the company could be in big trouble. SmackDown has received mostly negative reviews all year, with fans labeling the Blue brand's product as lackluster and dull. For the most part, attendance for the show remained strong, but finally, the wheels are starting to fall off. Last week's show drew just over 4,000 fans, and the arena was literally half empty. This is alarming. WWE is supposedly on fire right now, but the arena for SmackDown is half empty, so what's going on? Now, unfortunately for WWE, this comes down to months of delivering an inferior product, and with ticket prices remaining insanely high, fans have finally decided to act with their wallets. WWE evidently hoped that they could ride the wave of momentum until their initial 2022-2024 boom period, but this was always destined to fail if the creative didn't continue to be innovative and compelling. The last time this kind of thing occurred was around 2017 to 2018, and it was commonplace to see arenas each and every week half empty. And we all remember Stomping Grounds literally having half the attendance in a very small arena. WWE are clearly putting all of their effort into Raw on Netflix. The Raw shows are mostly decent, and some of their shows in 2025 have been downright excellent. If fans have a choice between Raw and SmackDown, they're gonna pick Raw, and it's easy to see why. There's very little difference between the prices of both shows, and if the same cities and venues are running both shows, it's reasonable that fans are gonna alienate SmackDown completely. The blame doesn't fall on any specific wrestler. Some fans have been blaming WWE champion Cody Rhodes. The creative progression on the show simply isn't there, and everyone's booking has been incredibly underwhelming, and this unfortunately extends to the booking of the top guy in the company. There are calls from fans to see WWE deliver a draft. This is needed, especially within the women's division, as it already concerns that there's a lack of babyface talent for new women's champion Jade Cargill to face. This is something that WWE should have thought of before delivering the title change this past weekend. A draft would definitely help in terms of balancing the show, but it wouldn't make a difference in terms of the overall quality of what is present on screen, because the same names is still going to be writing the show. I was said that Triple H is going to become more hands-on with SmackDown, but with the game not even attending Saturday night's main event this past weekend, it's understandable why fans think that Triple H has stopped caring about anything other than Raw on Netflix. In fact, according to a new report from Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, the game has missed a number of shows, and it's being said that his political focus is hurting the company. Paul Levesque has missed some shows of late, and it's led to people saying his political priorities, not wrestling politics but US politics, have started to hurt the company. One person close to Levesque disagreed with this claim, saying that he's not missed any creative meetings and his schedule is all worked out in advance. So creative meetings of late that he hasn't been at were not missed but known in advance. This can easily be fixed with some creative adjustments, but unfortunately for WWE, they may have a few months of poor ticket sales as they're trying to regain trust in the product once again. They need a number of statement shows that set the tone for the Blue brand moving forward, and then and only then will casual fans decide to part with their hard-earned money on a Friday night. Next up, John Cena picked his final opponent. One of the most contested topics this year has related to John Cena and his WWE creative. Head of WWE Creative Triple H has declared countless times that Cena is booking and picking his own opponents for his final run. However, Cena has debunked these numerous times. This all came to a head at SummerSlam when Triple H tried to claim that Cena was behind Brock Lesnar's return when in fact he had nothing to do with it. Now, with that being said, based on Cena's latest post on X, it appears that the WWE Great is responsible for the idea of the tournament to determine his final ever opponent. For over 2 decades, I've tried to make the most of every opportunity I've been presented. On December 13th, I'd like to repay the favor. The last time is now. Tournament begins next Monday in Boston. The tournament is a tremendous idea, and it certainly gives added weight to the prestige of being Cena's final ever opponent. Although it's not clear if Cena has directly picked the winner of the tournament, it's likely that Cena had a say in the names that are going to be included in the tournament. The tournament is expected to feature names from all three main WWE brands, which of course means NXT, and names from NXT that fans want to see include Obafemi, Ethan Page, and Ricky Saints. And it's also expected that names from outside of the WWE bubble will be included in some capacity. This will inevitably be names from TNA due to WWE's working relationship with the promotion. One name that is almost a certainty is Joe Hendry. Hendry has teased working with Cena in the past, and Hendry even wrestled Randy Orton at WrestleMania this year. One name that's also rumored is Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder. Cardona recently appeared on NXT television, and he's a close personal friend of Cena, so if Cena is partly responsible for what names are included in the tournament, then Matt Cardona is a safe bet. However, some WWE talent have questioned the tournament, including Bayley, who said, "Can women be involved in the tournament?" as she wants to be John Cena's final ever opponent. Now, it has been reported that the expected winner of the tournament will be Gunther, and this has been reported dating back to the summer months, and there was no signs that WWE intended to pivot. Latest reports suggest that Cena is going to win the IC Championship at Survivor Series and then wrestle Gunther for the title in his final ever match. It's unclear if Cena will retire as champion, but Cena retiring with the one title that he never won before 2025 would definitely be a fitting way for him to close out his WWE career. Next up, AEW erasing Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. Due to the unusual AEW exits of Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, it's now been speculated that both men are going to be erased from AEW canon, specifically when it comes to the new AEW book titled The Inside Story of AEW. Thankfully, despite a ton of internet rumors, it appears that AEW won't be erasing either man. According to Fightful Select, Rhodes is heavily featured in the book. Cody Rhodes won't be erased from All Elite Wrestling history. Now we've learned the extent of that, Fightful Select got an early review copy of the book, and Cody is covered no less than 15 times throughout the book. To be specific, he's covered in All In, Double or Nothing, and Dynamite sections. His importance to the TNT title and his feuds with Wardlow, MJF, Chris Jericho, Darby Allin, winning the NWA World's title, and his departure from All Elite Wrestling. Now, in relation to Punk is also covered extensively in the book, but the infamous Brawl Out debacle isn't featured in any capacity. In addition, CM Punk's contentious departure from AEW was something that many wondered about as it relates to the book. He's covered no less than half a dozen times in the book. Brawl In and Brawl Out are not covered in the book. The report does add that neither man was interviewed for the book, which makes sense, as they're arguably WWE's biggest stars right now. It's definitely the right move that AEW hasn't ignored both men. WWE had a bizarre habit, especially during the Vince McMahon era of WWE, where if a top star had fallen out with the company, they would pretend like that wrestler never wrestled for the company and basically acted like they never existed. This was the definition of petty, and it's welcome to see AEW and Tony Khan not go down this route. Next up, WWE stars win titles. The WWE stars Ethan Page and Chelsea Green are the new AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions after ending the reign of Mr. Iguana and La Hydra. This now means that Page is a double champion in WWE, as he's currently the reigning NXT North American champion. When it comes to Green, she's now on track to reclaim the women's US title from Julia. In a post-match promo from both, it was announced that Green has the opportunity to win the title this Friday on SmackDown. "We just became the AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions, making me a double champion, and you're about to become a double champion too, this Friday when you become the United States champion and beat Julia." Both Page and Green have received rave reviews for their work since WWE signed them to contracts, and Green is often labelled as one of Triple H's greatest rehires. Next up, a former WWE star retires. A former WWE star, Sonya Deville, has practically disappeared from the public limelight since her WWE exit, and now it's surfaced that Deville has retired from pro wrestling. This news was broken by Fightful Select's latest Q&A offering, saying Sonya Deville, real name Daria Benato, has effectively retired from in-ring wrestling. She said that she feels at peace with it and doesn't plan to wrestle, but had the never say never. She's been doing a podcast and serving as a face ambassador of Invicta FC. She said she's happy about the path she's on, and she said it feels weird to think about wrestling anywhere else. Deville had a total of 451 matches for WWE, and she was even booked as an authority figure for a brief period. We would like to wish her all the best. Next up, a WWE star changes her name. The Zelina Vega name is no more. This weekend, it was confirmed by WWE.com that Zelina Vega will now be simply known as, well, Zelina. This is in line with what SmackDown commentators were referring to her as last week on the show, and this is likely to represent her change of character on television. WWE did go through a period of ditching last names for wrestlers, but this does appear to be an isolated incident, and there doesn't appear to be any other plans to change or modify a wrestler's name. Next up, WWE referee Charles Robinson shares tragic news. WWE referee Charles Robinson has taken to Instagram to share some very tragic news. Sadly, his nephew Shane passed away last week in a bike accident. He wrote on his Instagram, "Found this super cute picture of my nephew Shane from 2012 or so. He was such a wonderful soul and he affected so many people. I think everyone in Newbury SC knew him. Always a straight shooter and he didn't beat around the bush. He once asked a guy with an eye patch if he was a pirate with no hesitation. Shane was tragically killed Tuesday night while riding his bike. Love him so much." Now we here at Wrestlelamia offer our condolences to Robinson and his entire family. And finally, a top AEW star has the acting bug. Our final story today takes a look at MJF and how the talented star is impressed with his ventures in Hollywood. MJF has appeared in a number of movies over the past few years, and now it's surfaced thanks to a report from Fightful Select that MJF now has the acting bug. A few months ago it was revealed that MJF landed a role in Violent Night 2 after appearing in Happy Gilmore 2 and being cast in The Iron Claw. MJF had a heavy travel schedule as filming started and would go back and forth between AEW tapings in Winnipeg, where he continued filming. We're told that the filming of the movie is set to wrap relatively soon, though we've not heard when MJF is scheduled to return to AEW. AEW sources indicated that MJF has the acting bug and has spoken about how much he enjoyed filming. Could MJF be the next major wrestling star to jump ship to Hollywood full time? Certainly looking that way. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.